From fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pod Therapy. Real people, real problems, real therapists. If you have any questions you'd like to ask or advice you'd like to give, come on over to podtherapy.net and join the conversation. We have a lot of exciting stuff to get to on episode 15 today, including the winner of our episode 13 auction. So we'll get to that in a moment.
Sucker.
And now, broadcasting from Level 9 Studios, that guy is Dr. Jim Jobin. I'm Nick Tangeman. It's time for some Pod Therapy.
So you're saying somebody actually bid on this auction idea where you offered to sell the unaired episode 13. Some fool actually did this.
Yes, we actually have a winner of our episode 13 auction. So for those of you who are listening for the first time, maybe, you will notice that we go from episode 12 to episode 14, no episode 13.
Yeah.
We did record that, but it was a disaster, and we decided it would never see the light of day, but we decided for fun, we would auction it off.
Yes.
So we have a winner, and we would like to announce that the winner of the episode 13 auction, this is where we'd put in a drum roll. We'll put that in post.
Oh yeah. I'll do that.
The winner of the episode 13 auction is Dr. Ben Don of North Carolina.
Ben!
With a winning bid of, and I want to make sure I get this right, $350.
$350?
I'm not sure. He just said $350. So
I think he probably means
$3.50, I'm sure.
Which, I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, is 6 times more than I thought it was worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
$3.50. He got scammed.
Yeah,
but wow, somebody actually... Okay. So we'll be sending the Pod Therapy thugs to collect. They'll be banging on your door in the middle of the night. That's the only way that we
Exactly.
Tell him to send us a form of payment in a Starbucks card. And then we will cheers to him with our coffees for our 350. 350. That's what he wrote.
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee. For $3.50.
Have you never been to Starbucks?
That's all right. We might have to take it to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ben, and congratulations on continuing to support your show. But it's funny because he would be the one who would bid on it because he was the one that was pissed and was like, "Where's the episode?"
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's the only one that caught it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm glad that exists. Good job, Dr. Ben. Congratulations on winning the bid. You sucker.
And we have some other exciting stuff going on.
Yeah.
So Jim put on his mad scientist lab coat this week and went digging into our podcast data.
Yeah.
And discovered where all of our listeners are listening from.
Yeah.
And that's...
I know where you live.
It's a little, besides being stalking of our loyal listeners, what'd you dig up?
So, actually in our data, doesn't tell me where you guys live, but it gives us an idea of like, hey, where the listeners actually located, like what major cities and things like that. And interesting pieces of data, Nick, some cool information. We are a hit in the United Kingdom and also Canada, but thankfully more of a hit in the United States. That's my target. Like if you're a big hit in like Zimbabwe, ask yourself, like, who the hell is listening to this? So, mostly Americans, Nick. But actually, I was able to figure out the top 10 cities that listen to Pod Therapy, the most listeningest cities in America of our joyous podcast. And if you'd like, we can share that with the listeners. I have made a top 10 list that actually celebrates each of them. So why don't you tell us, this is where in post I would be adding a drum roll, or that opening song to the Chicago Bulls.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that you were talking about.
Yeah,
That thing that like sounds like spotlights all over the place.
Eye in the Sky, Alan Parsons Project.
Okay, so and cue that sound. Okay, so it's happening.
All right. At number 10, coming from the world of famous big slices of pizza and suspect Wall Street lobbyists, it's the Big Apple, the city so nice they named it twice and listened to every episode twice. New York, New York.
New York! Thank you, New York, for coming in at number 10. At number 9, the 9th most listening city of Pod Therapy is the state famous for founding fathers and tourist lovers, the one true capital of America's most distinguished colony, Richmond, Virginia! Yay, Richmond.
Okay. At number 8, with a population of barely 1,000 people, all of whom apparently listen to Pod Therapy, the unincorporated, undominated, uncontaminated home of Cheney University, Cheney, Pennsylvania.
Yay, Cheney!
Really?
Yeah, a Cheney University in Cheney, Pennsylvania.
No, but 1,000?
They have 1,000 humans that live there.
And they listen.
All of them.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is really weird. So
Okay.
There's like a billboard somewhere in Cheney with our faces on it. But thank you, Cheney, Pennsylvania. At number 7, childhood home to famous country singer Dolly Parton, known for its serene landscapes and for, according to its tourism page, supporting the Union in the Civil War, Sevierville, Tennessee. Also, Sevierville, a little suspicious that you feel the need to make sure everybody knows you supported the Union in the Civil War. That's what it's like to live in the South, I guess.
All right, and at number 6, with rolling hills and pristine beaches, rooting from the Red Sox but keeping it classy, home of the first button factory in America,
Wow.
East Hampton, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Also, fun video to look up, Nick. Look up Germans trying to say Massachusetts on YouTube. It's hilarious. For some reason, their mouths cannot make that sound, and so they go, Massachusetts. It's like really funny. Thank you, East Hampton. And coming in at number 5, originator of the frozen margarita machine and a 52-foot tall statue of a man named Big Tex, a city that gets more rain than Seattle, Washington, from the Lone Star State. It's Dallas, Texas. Thank you, Dallas.
And at number 4, with only 0.97 square miles of territory, home of a lovely gazebo in their community park and nature reserve known for its family-friendly atmosphere, it's Glenolden, Pennsylvania.
Thank you, Glenolden, and congratulations on your gazebo. That's all over their tourist page, is like, hey, look at this gazebo. All right, we're in the top 3 cities that listen to Pod Therapy. At number 3, a city of rich history, bespeckled Benjamins, patriot-eating eagles, fresh princes, and cheesesteaks. It's the city of brotherly love, the one and only Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Congratulations on your Super Bowl.
Right. At number 2, a city often given the suffix of Tucky to denote its distance from the happenings of major metropolitan area, home of Nevada State College and Galleria Mall, the city whose symbol looks like a cheeseburger. What?
It does. If you look at their symbol on the city signs, it looks like a cheeseburger.
The tried and true from silver and blue, it's Henderson, Nevada.
Congratulations, Hendertucky. And thank you for all of your love. And finally, at number 1, a city famous for its therapy-based weekly podcast broadcasting from Level 9 Studios, founded by the mob and sustained by hope-fueled, unlucky Californians. It's the city of Sen, fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, which is expected. We are here, so I would hope our colleagues and friends and patients actually do listen to the podcast. Actually, I hope our patients don't. Then they'll realize how poorly they have trust their faith, Nick.
Right. Okay, excellent. Well, thank you to all of our listeners. So that's exciting. So maybe the most surprising thing from this data was learning that we have so many listeners from the state of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. How did
Right.
that happen? Like there's like 3 of those cities.
I don't know anybody in Pennsylvania. Do you?
I don't either. There's 3 Pennsylvania cities in the top 10.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
All right, so welcome, Pennsylvania.
Yes. We love you, Pennsylvania.
And so we at the show feel that it's important to give back to, everybody, give back to Pennsylvania. So
Yes.
we figured the best way that we could do that is to promote Pennsylvania's tourism.
Yes.
So today is brought to you by the Department of Tourism and Economic Development in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Against their will, we should say.
Against
We
their
did
will.
not actually
Without
approve
their
that
support.
with them. They did not condone that.
They're not responsible for anything we say.
So throughout the episode today, we will be sharing some interesting Pennsylvania fun facts and some fun events happening in Pennsylvania this summer.
We encourage all of our listeners to go visit fabulous Pennsylvania.
Right, exactly. So, as an example, Jim, did you know that Indiana County is the Christmas tree capital of the world?
I did not know that. Indiana County in Pennsylvania. It's always
Indiana
weird when you name a
County.
county after another state.
There's also a city
There's also city.
Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yes. I spent a lot of time last night on visitpa.gov. Or, no, .com. Sorry, visitpa.com.
Learning all about Pennsylvania.
Yes, I learned a lot. It was actually very interesting.
Yeah, it is a good state, man. It's fascinating history. It's also got Hershey, right? The chocolate place, and the Amish people live in Pennsylvania.
And home of the Little League World Series.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, it is. See, it's more you know.
Yep.
So, today's episode is brought to you by the state of Pennsylvania against their will as a love letter to the 3 top cities in our top 10 that are all from Pennsylvania. Thank you, Pennsylvania, for loving Pod Therapy. We love you back, and we're going to show it. And if you would like your city to be featured on Pod Therapy, convert as many people as you can into listeners. Proselytize. Spread the gospel. That's right. Spread the cult of
It's
Pod
that
Therapy.
easy.
It's that easy. Join the pyramid scheme. So with that, Nick, would you like to dive into our advice section?
Let's do it. All right, so our first one today, where should I take a girl on a first date?
The morgue. Wait, no, bad
If
idea.
everything
Don't
else
do
is
that.
closed. I mean, if you're in a small town and that's all
a
that's
graveyard is a nice, intimate place.
open, you're onto something, but I'm going to read this and then we're going to come back to that. Okay.
no.
I want to ask a girl at work out on a date, but I feel like going to dinner or the movies is boring. I would agree.
Yeah.
Personally, I think going to movies on a first date is just a bad idea. You're just sitting next to each other and you can't talk. That's the whole point of a first date, is to talk and get to know each other, right? Is it creepy to try something different? What are some better or other alternatives?
So wait, I haven't dated in a long time. It's not a good idea to go to the movies or to a restaurant?
Generally, no. And the listener makes a really good point, because you go to the movies, you're not going to be talking.
Oh yeah, you're just
Right.
watching.
Yeah. So you're just sitting next to somebody who you don't know,
Okay.
and you can't talk.
Yeah, so you don't
it's-
interact. So you don't
Right.
really know if you like them at the end of that.
Right.
When I was dating my wife, I was too broke to go to the movies, so there was no movies. We went to like dollar taco night at Del Taco.
Dating
that was
made
my
easy.
fancy. Yeah, that was my fancy dinner. I think one of our dates we actually got tacos and then rode a cat bus.
Whoa, slow down,
Yeah.
big spender.
That's all I could afford.
Wow.
She married me.
She's such a lucky woman.
She's a fool.
Yeah.
So what is a better alternative, Nick? If you're not going to take them to the movies or to a restaurant, what is an alternative? But he says without being creepy.
Right. There's a couple different ways of doing this. Meeting somebody for coffee is a really good first date, because it's
Daytime?
low. Yes,
Yeah.
daytime.
Oh,
So the woman is not going to feel threatened.
okay.
It's
It's open. It's public.
It's open.
It's comfortable.
And it's very low key.
Low key,
So you
yeah.
can just start off with a nice, easy conversation.
Yeah, not high expectations on that
Right.
one.
So that's one school of thought.
Do you buy the
is
coffee?
really
Do you wait for
generally,
them? If you get there before
yes.
them, do you wait for them before you order the coffee?
I always did when
You'll
I
wait
was dating.
and then say,
Yes.
"Hey, what would you like?"
Yes.
Ah,
Yes. But there were some women who I noticed would actually get there 15 minutes early
to get their coffee.
to get their own coffee, so
Yeah.
that they didn't feel pressured into
my kind of woman.
right.
Gets there early, buys her own coffee, leaves
Okay.
before I get there.
So that's one school of thought, is to really kind of keep it safe and do something like that.
Okay.
Okay. But the other school of thought is you should do something exciting, be
Okay.
memorable.
Yeah,
Okay. So
okay.
if this woman is dating, she's probably had coffee 5 times that week.
Right.
Do something different that's going to be memorable.
Okay.
So what I think is a really good idea is to do something that's really exciting and almost just kind of a hint of fear.
Okay.
And here's the reason why.
You're not selling me on this, but go ahead.
No, there's science
Okay.
to support this.
Okay.
There was some research done a while back, and I remember hearing about this when I was in graduate school.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I'm going to talk about it now, not having the research in front of me,
Sure.
not being able to credit the author.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have to take it on faith.
It's
that this
et al.
that this actually happened.
Yeah.
But some research was done where these researchers, they had a male participant,
Yeah.
and I think they went to like the student union or someplace like that, and they had females rate him on a scale of 0 to 10 of attractiveness.
Okay.
And then what they did is they had they went to an outside location. I want to say it was like a big, a long suspension bridge, like one of those rope